We are the Office Blokes. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
That's all you need to know about that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
We're starting a new segment soon where we're going to be doing an Ask Me Anything every month.
New segment.
Ask us anything. But it's also going to be Office Blokes Confidential mixed in there because a few people have asked for it to be brought back, if I'm being honest.
It's good, a good little segment.
Yeah.
It's where we offer the best advice anyone could ever wish for.
Yep.
For free.
We need your issues in your personal life, your relationship issues, all that sort of stuff, and we will just fix it. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
And we will prioritise channel members and patrons to begin with as well. So
Fair
I
enough.
thought everyone should be a channel member or a patron, right?
Yeah, why not?
yeah, if you've got severe problems in your life, then become a patron and ask us to fix it for you. And there you go. Right then, Wrexham got promoted this weekend.
You did. I've never known so much in the UK. I've never known so much media coverage for a non-league team than Wrexham have got this season.
Yeah.
Oh, massively.
They've been put on. They've had television audience.
Yep.
They've had documentaries done, and all because of Ryan Reynolds and
Rob McElhenney.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair play though. I think Rob McElhenney does have ties to Wales. You know, historical like family ties to Wales. I think Ireland and Wales. I don't know about Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
What his sort of background is.
He's called Ryan. That's Welsh.
That's true. Yeah, but it's allegedly one of the oldest football clubs in the world.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He's definitely got a history of being an old football club.
Yeah.
And it's a one. Is Wrexham a city or a town?
I think it's a city.
I think it's a town.
I think it's a town.
Is it?
I think it is Wrexham Town. Is it Wrexham Town? Or is it just Wrexham?
I think it's Wrexham AFC, isn't it?
Is it? Right.
Or
okay.
AFC Wrexham.
I think you're right, actually.
I think it's a town, but
it's a
wrong,
one.
Could be wrong.
Wrexham. What you find in Wrexham? If you go to Wrexham and you speak to anyone in football, they're either United fans or Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
Right. Because both them clubs are close by. Because there's nothing really supporting Wales, other than Cardiff and Swansea, which are in the south of Wales.
Yeah.
Correct.
So when you go to North Wales, like Wrexham, it's very close to Chester.
Yeah.
And which is very close to Liverpool and very close to Manchester. So most of their people in Wrexham support United or Liverpool.
Yeah, like the main team.
Yep. And this is bringing an option for them to get into the league.
Yeah.
And the amount of effort and time that they've Reynolds and McElhenney have put in has been brilliant for the sport because it's spreading the word across the world. It's like a dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're getting that small club and trying to make it into a big club. They're extending the ground. I think they're putting I think they're going to call it the Cop. I think it is called the Cop at their.
I think it is
ground.
actually.
It's a racecourse ground.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
and they've actually been there since I can remember as well. The racecourse ground, haven't they? So it's really sort of old, iconic stadium as well.
How far do you think they can go? Do you think they can get into the Premier League one day? Because it's a big ask, isn't it?
It's a huge ask.
Massive ask. I mean, they'd have to invest a lot of money.
And that doesn't guarantee anything either, does it?
No.
Problem is the fan base probably isn't big enough for it. I mean, there's teams in there that don't particularly get massive crowds anyway, week in, week out, but you'd have to be attracting like 20,000 plus to for it to be sustainable.
They do. They get 16.
More than that.
I think it all 15 or 16,000 now, which they're getting regular, and that's without the Cop being built.
Yeah, right.
So once a Cop's built, it'll be like I don't know how old this video is. Well, it must be new because it says Wrexham promoted.
Yeah.
So, but it might tell us on here about the building of the Cop end, and when that's built, I think it'll put it over 20,000.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Right, okay.
But you've got people I think in League Two, you've got teams like I think Stockport County League Two, aren't they?
I thought they were in the conference.
No, the league.
Are they? They're in the league. Oh, right.
So I think they're League Two, and I think it seems like Salford City. Are they League Two?
Salford are as well. Yeah.
Right, so Salford did something similar to these. So what Salford did, they got bought out by Gary Neville, Nicky Butt, David Beckman, and
was it
someone
Giggs?
else.
Did you say Giggs?
Giggs. Yeah. And they invested loads of money and got the best manager, and they got the certain best players from the league above them to try and take them through the division. It didn't work for them. So it's very, very difficult, these leagues now, because it's just
I think it's
very
worked to a
hard
certain
leagues.
extent, but then they've come into the second division. Are they now sort of like treading water there a bit, aren't they? Really,
In League Two, aren't they, Salford?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But sort of treading water a bit.
Yeah,
sort of like
mid-table.
before it's like promotion,
They're pushing. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
maybe League
difficult.
One, Salford. I'm not sure.
There's a lot of competition down there, isn't there?
Do any of those guys have Ryan Reynolds money though? I know Beckham's worth a lot.
Beckham will have.
Because Ryan Reynolds, didn't he sell his alcohol brand for like 100 million or 150 million? And he also had...
Beckham owns Miami, doesn't he, into Miami? He's one of the owners of Miami.
But he's got, was it Mint Mobile as well, Ryan Reynolds? He owned a mobile phone provider, which he's just sold for... I think he sold it to T-Mobile for something like $250 million or something.
Wow.
Something ridiculous that you wouldn't expect.
But you're looking at, if you're going in the Premier League, you're looking at owners like, look at City's owners or Newcastle's owners or the Glazer family. They're worth billions.
Yeah.
These are not worth, they're not talking 100 million here, 100 million there.
True.
Altrincham have got owners that are worth hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
They're American owners as well in Altrincham.
Yeah.
So they were in the same league as what Wrexham have just been promoted.
Sort of similar again, really. Whereas all the Altrincham fans, I mean, they're all United and City fans again, aren't they? Like I'm a United fan, but I'd always support Alty as well because it's my local club, which is pretty much the same for Wrexham, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although they are bigger than Alty.
Yeah.
But
they've potentially got a very captive audience though in
That's what
Wrexham
I'm saying.
and the surrounding areas.
It's a one club city, a one club town.
Yeah.
And you could see a lot of other people in North Wales sort of like gravitating towards Wrexham. And now they're doing well.
And they're playing in the English League.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Welsh. Cardiff and Swansea do as well.
Yeah.
But they're not up against you people like TNS or Boeing or whatever they're called. And teams like that. Is it Boeing? Oh, it's one of the airline names.
I think so, yeah.
One of them they do it, but they've got teams like that in it, and it's these Vauxhall motors and stuff like that. Real.
They're proud people in North Wales as well, aren't they? That's where the language Welsh is spoken the most.
It's very much spoken there, yeah.
So I think something that unifies a lot of people behind their own team. I think they've got the potential to grow more than, say, Salford City, where you've got clubs around Salford City.
I think they probably have, like, crowd-wise, I would guess, because they're getting bigger crowds already, aren't they?
They are getting
big,
big away following as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's have a watch.
Something to look forward to, Look at that, they've got the American flag on the side of the stadium as well.
Everything's going to be American, isn't it? I mean, you'd be so appreciative as a Wrexham fan.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Let's do it, though. Wrexham promoted. What happens next? Let's do it.
This is the home of Wrexham AFC, and this is where they're building their new stand. It'll see the racecourse grounds capacity clear 15,000, and more importantly to supporters, serve as the backdrop for their first foray back into league football since 2008. And with the town now attracting attention unlike ever before both in the UK and internationally, the idea of Wrexham one day dining at the top table of English football seems more and more feasible. But as we know, football isn't that simple. So what is the biggest threat to their rise? And can they realistically make it to the Premier League? To answer that, we need to have a look at the biggest factors behind Wrexham's success. The most significant is, unsurprisingly, money. A look at the wage bill teams in English football are operating under is usually a fairly good indication of where that team is likely to finish in the league. For the National League, this is no different, and Wrexham's near 300% increase in spending on football costs like player wages between 2021 and 2022 have been well reflected with a change in their results on the pitch. But we already know that they're better off financially than your average non-league team and unsurprisingly have achieved better results. Yet there's another factor that has led to growth unlike that of any other club at their level.
They've done a move in the last 2 weeks where what they've done is they've brought Ben Foster in as goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Now Ben Foster's a decorated goalkeeper. I think he played for United, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
So he's got a great resume of clubs he's played for in the past. I think he might have even played for England.
I think he came through the system at United.
Yeah, I think
as a youth player. Yeah. He's definitely played.
And I think he's been capped for England, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
But what he's done, I don't know if you know anything about Ben Foster, but what he is, he's got a YouTube channel and Instagram and social media. He's huge.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he gets like it'll be something like if he puts out a post on Instagram of something he does. I think he's got a podcast as well. What he gets involved in, something. That, I think it's called something like Beat the Goalie or something like that. It's got a goalkeeper sort of like title to it. I've never heard it or watched his channel, but he'll get something like in the first 10 minutes something like 22 million views.
What?
So he's a massive social media influencer.
Wow.
On certain channels, some other channels, you probably get 1.2 million views, but he's getting mega views on his. So they brought him in, and I don't know if that's a social media ploy. But what happened was last week they played the number 2 team, which is Notts County, and Ben Foster saved the penalty in the last stoppage minute.
I saw it
in stoppage time. Last minute, like one of the last kicks of the game, he saved the penalty. So that gave Wrexham the win, 3-2. Which then put them in a position where if they beat, I think it was Boreham Wood they played this weekend.
Yeah.
They beat Boreham Wood, they were promoted, and they beat Boreham Wood. And that was televised because of this, so they get them television money. They're getting the money. Obviously, Ben Foster's done some kind of social media deal
Yeah.
So they're getting that kind of revenue that comes in. Plus they're getting revenue. They're marketing it really, really well.
Yeah.
It isn't really the investment they're bringing in as far as just let me go and draw out 100 million from the bank, and there's 100 million. See what you can do with it. They're generating support for the club in the financial fair play sort of way. So they're bringing revenue in through sponsors and stuff like that. So you look at the sponsor on the shirt, TikTok. You know, they've got they've got all the revenue coming in, but now the TV. But also, I think they've gone to it's either Netflix or Apple TV or one of them, where they're doing a fly on the wall documentary about Wrexham. So they're doing that as well. So they're getting money for that.
Yeah.
So that kind of money to a non-league club is humongous.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So while they're doubling in salary, what they've done, they've marketed it so well that their income coming in, their revenue stream will be huge as well.
Yeah.
That'll pay for all that, so that without having to dip into their own pockets.
I mean, it's figureheads. I mean, you couldn't get much. I mean, like two Hollywood actors.
Massive media.
Everybody knows them, don't they? He's that absolutely huge star. So
and everybody wants to be all over it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you can get something like that at a non-league club, look at the furore it's made.
The better they do, like saying sponsorship deals will probably just keep going up and up because of the publicity. Because all these sponsors know that they're going to get big publicity over and above what you'd normally get. Probably.
I bet you as well that the local Wrexham government are paying for the COP to be built.
Probably.
I'll put money on that.
Local council,
maybe, because what it brings jobs. It's bringing a boost to the economy of what we've got in Wales,
business, isn't it?
Yeah, and Wrexham, to be fair, it's probably one of the best towns in the north. They're not that northern strip of North Wales.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That A55 strip.
Yeah,
right. But
I think you're right completely, and
it's been well marketed.
Yeah,
that is the future though, and bigger teams that have kind of done. They've had the fan base for years. Probably aren't thinking about all these other peripheral ways to draw people in or make money. Do you think they do?
I look at City now, and their esports team is fucking huge.
I think City are a bit different because they have been forward thinking in a lot of ways, haven't they? But there's a lot of clubs that I think probably rest on the laurels when it comes to.
You'll go places like Nottingham Forest. Didn't even have a shirt sponsor this year.
Wow,
teams like that.
And you think, how's that happened? Get promoted to the Premier League.
Yeah.
I mean, someone's fallen asleep on the job there, aren't they, surely?
Correct. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
There's got to be a deal to be done somewhere.
Yeah,
Someone must be. The office blokes will give you 20 quid to be on all these shirts. There you go.
At least it's 20 quid more than they're getting now.
Precisely, it's something, isn't it?
Exposure. In addition to the power of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's sizable followings, the documentary series Welcome to Wrexham has seen the brand explode. In the near 2-year period between Wrexham's takeover and the airing of the first episode, they watched their Twitter following triple. And over the next 8 months, they watched it triple again.
Wow.
As for engagement, their top-of-the-table National League matchup against Notts County received more Twitter mentions than Liverpool and Arsenal's enthralling 2-2 draw of the same weekend. And therein lies the biggest threat to their rise.
I've been to Wrexham as a fan. I've had great days out there, but it's not a wealthy area of the country. Therefore, the ability to monetize it comes through the owners rather than the club's inherent value.
Although experience within their current squad does suggest they're well placed to be competitive in League 2, big questions remain about their long-term financial viability should they maintain ambitions of making it to the top. Fulham's wages to get promoted from the Championship into the Premier League in 2022 set a record with £90 million spent across the campaign. Wow. For context, Wrexham's football costs for the same period were just under £4 million. If the town are to maintain their upward trajectory, it seems inevitable that further investment will be required without losing the star power at the helm.
I think the owners, if they committed themselves to a new bidder, they said, well, we're going to stick with Wrexham, we commit ourselves for 10 to 15 years, then they could sell a proportion of the club at a higher price. But if they were to say, we're looking for a full sale, I don't see any value there, because the additional commercial income, there's no way that TikTok or Aviation Gin would be sponsors of Wrexham Football Club were it not for the two owners. So if you end up separating them by selling the club, you've got a problem.
I kind of disagree a little bit with what Kieran's saying there, because he's quite an intelligent guy, Kieran Maguire. He does tell. He does good reports on financial stuff on football, and I follow him quite a lot with some of the stories that he comes out with, especially with City, always under investigation. Yeah. But what you've got there, and I think once you build that brand, it's a bit like City now. People saying, as soon as your owner goes, you're done. We've become one of the most valuable football clubs in the world. We've become one of the most valuable sports clubs in the world.
Yeah, there's a lot more factors to something like that than just the figurehead.
And I think you get to a certain level and it is sustainable a lot more, because you'll get people coming in. If City owners did go, there'd be like for like, you know, be someone
else will come in with that kind
deep
of money.
pockets as well. Yeah. Whereas I get what they're saying about the sponsorship deals. Like, if they weren't there, it might be a bit more difficult. But then again, it depends who else came in.
I'll tell you now. I'll tell you now. If Wrexham, Wrexham are going into League Two this year or the next season. Yeah. If they hit big in League Two next season and they sign the right players and they invest the right kind of money, McElhenney and Reynolds are still going to be there next season.
Absolutely, they're
going to see the journey go, and so they maybe get stagnant. Then they might say, "No, we're stuck. We need to do something bigger." They may bring a third party in, like he's alluding to there. Like, I don't know, another major Hollywood player. They've
done that at Salford already, haven't they? They bought someone like is it a Chinese guy or something?
Correct. So you might bring an investor in who's got the big money, who wants to go on that ride, but you still need them there. That's what he's alluding to.
Yeah.
But if they really do well and they ride that success and they get the investment they need just to sort of like maintain where they are, but move up the divisions, and then they get into League One, all of a sudden they become serious players. Only in League One.
Yeah.
But they're becoming serious contenders now, because everyone will be watching them going, oh, they've gone from non-league, League Two, League One. Now they're looking at getting into the Championship. They're pushing for the Championship. All of a sudden you become a brand. Yeah. And that brand becomes huge.
Yeah.
And especially when you've got people like Ben Foster associated with it, who's, you know, like I say, massive online influencer.
Yeah.
And they're getting, like, look at there, they're getting more mentions or more hashtag mentions than the Liverpool of Arsenal, which is one of the biggest games of football in England.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right?
Do you think there'll be players potentially taking small wage cuts to be at Wrexham because of how it could build but because of how it could build their brand? If you look at, you're saying Ben Foster, his social media is probably worth loads of money to him because he gets that many.
It was huge before he went to Wrexham. They brought him in as a media sort of like attachment.
But other players may be looking at that saying, I could be the next Ben Foster with that sort of reach, and potentially you go to Wrexham when they're making documentaries and you can be part of that, versus going to Fulham.
You've got the kid here, the forward from Macclesfield, Alex something is his name. It was on Love Island.
Right.
So someone like him, for example, who's already got a massive media presence and a model, bring him into the fold. He's he's at that same standard, maybe a little bit lower, but similar standard. Bring him into the fold, and all of a sudden you've got another online influencer, who then also brings in the female side to it.
Yeah.
So not only is he very good looking, he's a model and he's a decent footballer.
Yeah.
And he's got a big online influence.
But it would be a good fit for him as well, like Dave was alluding to. He'd be thinking, actually, they're getting a lot of attention, these guys.
Yeah, and it'll help his brand. It's a joint brand. It'll be a good brand to put together.
Yeah. That's kind of what I mean. You know, let's say Fulham are offering, you know, twice the wage Wrexham are offering, but you're thinking long term that you could be.
Now you got Fulham.
You think?
It's a lot of it's down to money with footballers.
Football's big time money.
I know you'd be in a lot of ways you'd be mad not to take the best pay, but if you're forward thinking enough to be like, I'm building a brand.
I wouldn't actually with Fulham. You probably got that mixed up there because Fulham are Premier League.
Oh, they were just talking about Fulham's wage bill.
Yeah, the expenditure. That's what threw me off. Talking about expense,
right?
If you've got all the development they put into the ground, Fulham just had a brand new stand built. They're right on the side of the banks of the Thames.
I wondered why he was comparing to Fulham
on Sunday. So we play Fulham on Sunday, but it's
so that was a bad example. Then I misconstrued it based off what he said.
You want to base someone like Wrexham on someone like a Notts County, or someone who's who's just got promoted from League Two to League One. I don't know who's in that position this year.
Not sure.
I don't know, maybe someone like York. I don't know. You know, teams like that. But what you've got is if they can build that brand and they can go up, they become serious players.
Yeah,
very quickly, and that brand will stay at the top for me.
I think the buzz will be around them for a long time, and I can't see Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds going anywhere.
No, they look to be enjoying it. They look to be, but at the moment, it's successful.
Yeah, it's on the up.
They're enjoying the success.
Further up they go, though, the more difficult it will become, and the more money they will have to throw at it. So it just depends what sort of appetite they've got for watching their bank balance shrink.
We don't know what the balance sheet looks like for the club, though. They could be pulling in so much money from the TikTok sponsorship and everyone else.
Absolutely, if
they could be like in a very healthy financial position.
What you've got now is they've got the media coverage now where they can go back and sort of like you can put a dashboard together to show the potential sponsors and say, look how much airtime we're getting in magazines, in newspapers, on the TV, everywhere across the board. You know, even with Ben Foster, you're getting if you see a TikTok, if you see a person wearing a TikTok shirt, it's brand recognition. So everyone in a Wrexham shirt's got TikTok splattered across the front. And all of a sudden you're in every newspaper. Wrexham will be everywhere this weekend. It'll be absolutely in every newspaper, every online publication. It'll be all over on the news. It'll be on the news in America.
Just wait till the next season of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I bet Rob's wearing a Wrexham shirt in at least one of the
absolutely.
episodes.
Of course he will, He'll squeeze it in somewhere.
But that's what it comes down to. I mean, brand recognition is everything.
Yeah.
And once you get, especially once you get a country like the USA behind you, pushing it, what you've got, it's endless. It's massive. They're such a small. It's slick what they've done. Very, very slick.
It's a great story, isn't it?
Yep.
Reports that the owners see this as a multi-decade approach should make for optimistic reading for Wrexham fans. But who knows how long interest will be maintained should Wrexham, much like Salford City, stall in their bid to climb up the football pyramid. In the meantime, Wrexham fans will no doubt enjoy every second of what has already been a remarkable ride.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy
it's a big success story, isn't it? Up to now, it really is.
Well, they're in the Football League now. And not only that, they just pipped a founding member
Notts
of the
County.
Football League. Notts County is a founding member of the Football League, remember. One of the oldest clubs in the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they've just beat them to get into the English League.
Yeah.
So
they've done well. Done really well.
It's that sort of underdog story that everyone likes, and I think that's why worldwide it's getting so much recognition, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they've got. I mean, it's not a massive fan base, but they've got really, really good fan base, and really loyal sort of like fans as well, haven't they?
I wouldn't know about loyalty because most of them are Liverpool and United fans, like I say.
Yeah,
it's like a second club.
Yeah, so a choice would have to be made if they ever made it to the Premier League.
Yeah,
you can't support both, can you?
No.
Yeah, I suppose
so. You can't change.
Yeah.
So they should remain Liverpool or United.
Yeah.
And the other side of it is, what was I going to say about Wrexham then? Can't remember what I was going to say.
It's not far from here, but the weather's always nicer for some reason.
It's not.
It's always sunny in Wrexham.
If only that was the case, it'd be really good. But yeah, I mean, those two in charge, I mean, it's even big in the US, isn't it? You know, on the news there all the time. It's just more airtime to get the club's name out there. So they've done a good job, really good job.
Yeah, but they mentioned there the same sort of like pattern as what Salford City went, where they stalled to. Salford City were all banging on. They took a lot of United fans when United fans were unhappy with Glazer. The Glazer family, a lot of people moved over and said that's my new team, and they're going to push them. And everyone they ploughed a load of money into it, and then they realised once you get into League One how difficult it is.
There's a lot
you've got
of
some serious
there.
teams. You had Sunderland in League One.
Absolutely,
teams like a massive team, massive club.
Yeah,
what's going on with FC United? Because that was supposed to be a splinter
that was
team.
another spin-off, wasn't it?
I don't know, were they on that? Did it get to the Northern Premier League or something?
Oh, that's what I was going to say before I forget. What you've got to remember about Wrexham is this year they were very, very close in the FA Cup to knocking out Sheffield United, and they got beat twice. They scored. Sheffield equalised in the 93rd minute on one, and then scored two in the 90th minute and the 93rd minute in the replay to win it, to beat them. So they're very unlucky not to get through. And Sheffield United just got knocked out in the semi-final by City. At weekend.
So that could be Wrexham.
That could have been Wrexham.
Yeah. Which would be huge.
I mean, Sheffield had to get through Blackburn in the next round after beating Wrexham, which was a tough game as well. And Blackburn's they're another big club. But these are the teams you're going to be facing every single game. There'll be no games against I don't know who's even in the non-league, Altrincham and Brierley Hill, whoever you're playing against in them like shitty leagues.
Yeah,
it's like Sunday League almost. It's just a very, very good version of Sunday League.
I think Witton Albion next to me are in that same league. Because they played Alty a couple of months ago.
Don't think Victoria's still going.
Solihull, they're further down.
They used to be in Alty's league all the time, didn't they?
Yeah, they're not anymore.
Sort of getting on the rise a bit now, aren't
that's who I used to play for. That was my last team.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, but what you've got is you've got teams there coming through, Solihull Moors and people like they're easy. It's easy to beat them. You can put a team together that'll beat them. Once you get into that League One, then you start talking every player's getting 10 grand a week minimum.
Yeah.
10, 15, 20. For the good players, you're getting 20, 25 grand a week.
Probably teams in there that were in the Premier League not so long ago as well.
Yeah.
I think there's some teams that have been in the Premier League and are down there now.
Probably down there, yeah.
So I imagine there's a lot of
I'm hovering around.
There's probably a lot of Premier League players there as well, though, isn't there, that have just their careers just gone slightly down.
Probably some.
Rochdale, teams like Rochdale, Oldham, teams like that, which half decent following, and against people's second teams. But I wish them well. I think it'd be a good story to follow that and watch because it's
been a great story.
They have got the hunger and ambition to sort of like take Wrexham into the echelons of football.
Next
but
level.
Whether they do it in our lifetime, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be tough. Absolutely
very, very
tough.
difficult.
But it'd be interesting to watch it anyway.
But they're the sort of people that probably could grasp some kind of investment that could take them to the next level.
Potentially,
of course,
they're influential, aren't they?
Yeah,
they know people.
They're just everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah.
And that's what investors will look at as well. They'll be thinking, what can they do for my company?
Yeah, I don't know how much money they're getting for this is Wrexham or whatever it was called. The the docuseries. Yeah,
I don't think they'll get millions and millions for it, but they'll probably be looked after.
I think it's probably more the profile of the
it's
club.
Mutually beneficial, isn't it?
This is Wrexham 2, where they're now in the first division, League 1, or League 2, sorry. Then you know, it's still, for people who don't know, that's still a fourth tier of English football. So you've got the Premier League, the Championship, League 1, League 2, and they're going into League 2, which is again very difficult league to sort of like move up from.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what next season brings from.
Could take them years to move up to League 1 if they do.
Yep.
You know, who knows?
And they may go back down to the Champions, may go back down to non-league. The Vanarama.
I guess next season they'll be investing quite a bit because
they have to.
I think they'll probably have to.
Got to keep the momentum going, haven't they?
You could buy them League 1 players, is what you buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when you're in League 1, you buy the Championship players that come available. And when you're in the Championship, you buy them Premier League dropouts. And when you're in the Premier League, you go global. Buy whoever's the best.
So it's all worked out here.
Yeah, should get you on the board.
Easy.
Couldn't afford me now. Way too high profile for Wrexham. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.